Hi, my name is Pam R, and I am an alcoholic. And the topic I chose today is my favorite part of the big book. And that's on the bottom of page 84 in the 10th step. And we have ceased fighting anything or anyone, even alcohol, for by this time sanity will have returned. And why is this my favorite part of the big book? Because when I first came to AA, I wasn't sure if I was an alcoholic. I didn't want to be an alcoholic. And just for the simple fact that my mother was an alcoholic. She got sober the first time when I was 10. And I went to the open meetings, and it was good for those people, but I was never going to need it. 30 years later, I came to AA a very fearful, very angry person. I'd reached the point that I realized I couldn't do it anymore. In the beginning, I listened to the words that people were saying. I went ahead and read the first 164 pages in 2 nights because I fell asleep the first night. And I thought I'd be fixed. Well, just like any other self-help book I ever read, I wasn't fixed. I didn't know how to use the tools that were given to me. They suggested I get a sponsor. When I finally quit resisting. Because I was trying to figure this out on my own. And they kept telling me, it's a we program, it's a we program, it's a we program. We don't do this alone. And I was going to prove you wrong. And I found out I was the one that was wrong. I found out, finally, I started asking questions in meetings. I finally put it out there and started identifying when people would talk about their feelings. I was able to identify. And they told me, keep coming back. And I think that's the only reason I kept coming back. In working the steps with several sponsors, I've had several because they either would leave or die. And my current sponsor that I have, not only is she younger than me, she's also got 10 years more sobriety than I do. And she said, I'm not going anywhere. But I had, in working the steps, learned how to quit fighting everything. The person I fought probably the most was myself. And having a dissociative identity disorder, that was very easy to do because there's a bunch of us inside. Not as many as there used to be, but there would be arguments going on inside me. And finally it's like, stop. Let's all just try and get along. And at the same time, I was learning how to try and get along with people in AA. I was resistant. Each step I worked, I had to try it my way before I tried the suggested way, and realized when I tried it the suggested way, it worked. My way didn't work. But I had to prove to Pam that my way doesn't work. And this program has worked for millions of people. Why wouldn't it work for me? Does that mean I don't ever get into an argument with myself or somebody else now? No. I'm only human. But I have quit fighting the alcohol. When I finally surrendered completely and totally that I'm an alcoholic was about 11 months sober, sitting in a psych ward on suicide watch. And I finally said, I can't do this. And that was my final surrender. I'm still an alcoholic, but I have recovered from a hopeless state of mind and body. And I owe it all to this program, my creator, and the people in it. That I'll pass.